Hey, good morning, everyone. Mark, your motivation dealer, back with you on a Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. So today, episode 261. Today we're talking about, are you an athlete or are you a spectator? So do you actually take part in creating greatness, or are you watching greatness happen? Are you the person that's grinding at 4 a.m. and honing your craft and making stuff happen and pursuing the dream that most people can only think of and dream of? Or are you sitting back and are you watching everybody else do that? Are you watching the Michael Jordans of the world? Are you watching the Kobe Bryants of the world? Are you watching the Tom Bradys of the world? If you're sitting back and watching and you want something greater, then you have to understand that it takes effort, it takes will, it takes consistent daily action. So, are you watching the great ones perform on the field, or are you the great one performing on the field? You know, lots of people love to sit back and criticize and, Monday morning quarterback and, make judgments on what people did or didn't do. But the reality is, most people are spectators. Don't be a spectator, be the athlete. The athlete puts in hours and hours and hours of work before they step foot on the court or the field or the stage. The athlete grinds in silence. The athlete works on their craft and does everything in their power to grow their skills and to make themselves better. Kobe became a great basketball player by putting in an insane amount of work. Michael Jordan became a great basketball player, maybe the greatest of all time, because he put in the work. He didn't just rest on his laurels. He didn't just rely on skill. Those players, and you can tell what era I'm from. I'm not watching, basketball these days. But the great ones, they studied film. They studied their competition. They looked at their strengths, but they also looked at their weaknesses, and they worked on their weaknesses. If they had to become better shooters, they worked on shooting. If they had to become better dribblers, they worked on dribbling. If they had to focus on accuracy or the long ball, that's what they did. So don't just be a spectator in life. Go after what it is that you want, hone your craft, work on your skills, become great. Become great while no one's looking. Become great while no one's watching you and no one's cheering. Because the greatest of all time are not made on the field or on the court. The greatest of all time are made at 4 a.m. when they hit the practice field, or at 4 a.m. when they hit the workout room, or 4 a.m. when they do whatever it is that they have to do. And, whatever time that is. I mean, I'm picking 4 a.m., but that's not necessarily the time it has to be, right? So it's a matter of getting up and doing what you need to do. It's a matter of not sitting back and watching others be great. Steve Harvey talks about jumping off the cliff, and you have to, open your wings, and if you're standing at the edge of the cliff and you're watching all these people soar by, you're watching people who have unpacked their gift. You're watching people that have actually gone through and done the work and stepped into their greatness, and now you're watching them soar. You're watching them fly. But in order to do that, you have to jump off the cliff. You have to take risk. You have to know that your wings are not going to unfold and unpack your gift right away. You're going to hit the side of that cliff on the way down. You're going to get torn. You're going to get cut. You're going to get bruised. You're going to get battered. You're going to bleed. But that's all part of the process. And eventually, your gift unpacks. And eventually, you find your wings and they unfold and they come out and you start to soar like the rest of the people that you saw. but you have to be a participant. You have to be the athlete, not the spectator. Don't just stand and watch people at the edge of the cliff soar on by and wonder how they did it, or think that they were lucky. Luck has nothing to do with it. You create your own luck. You become lucky. So go out, walk to the edge of the cliff, look over, know that you're going to get beaten and battered and scraped and you're going to bleed on the way down. However, look out past the cliff and see all the people living their fullest lives. See all the people that are living within their dream and their goals and their gifts, the gifts that were given to us. Those folks are living the life that most people only dream of. And it's not because of special strand of DNA, and it's not because they grew up in a 2-parent household and, were born into money and, were just given everything that they ever need. Those people don't usually amount to anything because they don't have the will, they don't have the drive, they don't have, too much has been given to them and they didn't have to work for anything. So know that those people aren't lucky. Those people aren't gifted. Those people weren't, blessed with some, uncanny skill or ability. Those people worked hard. They ground. I don't know. Is that the word? Ground. They put in the work behind the scenes while no one was looking and no one was watching. And they stepped into their greatness. I continue to work and to press and to, force my will to make Rentec be the billion-dollar company that I know it was meant to be. And right now, no one knows our name. And right now, things are slow to develop. But I still work every single day to make it a better company. I still work every single day to fulfill that dream. I still work every day to step into my greatness and to fulfill my destiny and provide something to the planet that is going to help the planet and the people on it. To live in service of others and to provide and to protect the 3 basic human rights of food, water, and shelter. Because we were all meant to have those 3 basic elements. And without that, nothing else matters. So that's my mission. That's why I was put on this earth. That's what I was meant to accomplish now. And so in order to do that, I have to continue to work and continue to strive and continue to make it happen every single day. And I will continue to do that. And I'm doing the things that are necessary to step into my greatness. I'm about halfway through the final edits on my book. My book will be coming out by the fall. So it's one of those things that is difficult to find the time to do, but I do it in silence. You don't hear me talking about my book very often. You hear me talk about, becoming a New York Times bestseller very often. You don't hear about how my life story is going to be made into a movie. And it's going to be a giant blockbuster. All of those things are up here. They haven't manifested yet. But that all is part of the process because I'm putting in the work now. I'm being the athlete now. I'm not sitting back and watching others. I'm not looking at the Steve Jobs and the Jeff Bezos and the Warren Buffetts of the world and going, wow, they're pretty amazing. I wish I could be like that. No, I'm going out and I'm making it happen. I'm trying to do things that put me in those types of circles. I'm doing the things that are going to put me in that level of greatness. And so I'm doing all of that in silence. I'm doing all of that behind the scenes. I'm doing all of that without it. I'm just giving you an idea of the things that are going on. Not to say how great I am. This isn't a matter of trying to convince you of my greatness. It's for me to step into my greatness, the greatness that I know was bestowed on me by God. So this is what I know that I was meant to do. And the point is, I'm doing the work behind the scenes when no one's cheering and no one's watching. And eventually when that book comes out, and all of my hard work for the last several years, when all of that hard work finally pays off, everybody's gonna be like, wow, he's so lucky. Wow, I can't believe he put this all together. And nobody's gonna see how much work it took. Nobody's gonna see how long I struggled over it. But that's because I chose to be the athlete, not the spectator. So be the athlete, not the spectator. Do the work. Be the great one. Don't just watch the great ones and wonder what makes them so special. Step into your greatness. Put in the work. Do the daily activity. I heard another thing this morning, that a final thought that I want to share on this topic. What makes someone truly extraordinary is not the act itself. What makes someone truly extraordinary is doing things on a daily, consistent basis. Here's an example. Going to the gym and pushing the weights around. There's nothing extraordinary about working out. There's nothing extraordinary about putting in an hour at the gym. What makes someone truly extraordinary is doing that for 20 years consistently every single day without missing. That's what makes someone truly extraordinary. So it's not the act itself, it's the decision to, the commitment to yourself, the decision to actually do it, and to consistently do it every single day. To be the athlete, not the spectator. Don't just admire someone's body and go, man, they were just truly gifted with great biology. No, they worked hard to get that body. They did daily consistent action. They became the athlete. You are being the spectator. If your body is not where you want it to be, and you're looking at other people and going, wow, they're really fit, they're really cut, they're really built, they have an incredible body, then you're being a spectator. You can go out and have that body too. You can go out and become the athlete. You can do what's necessary to be the athlete and to have what they have. So, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your weekend, but be the athlete, don't be the spectator, and I'll catch you in Monday's video. Take care. Have a great weekend.